Record to this computer. Okay. Welcome to our Coach Opportunity Call. My name is Samantha Rosenthal, and I'm hosting this for Team Bold Fitness. So maybe you're catching this live or you're catching the recording. Either way, it's so great. Today is August. What is it? Oh, August 11th, just for reference of when you watch this recording. But I'm so excited that you're here or have been invited to watch this because we love our team. And that might be kind of like a dorky thing to say, but we really love our team. And if we invited you to be on our team, we think you're really, really cool. So I'm excited that you're considering becoming a coach. And in this webinar, we're just going to talk about all of the things. So like what we do as coaches, concerns that you might have are very similar or probably the exact same as concerns that we have all had, even a little bit after we started coaching, right? Because all that fear can come in and you're like, what do I do? How do I start? We're going to address all of that. We're going to talk about how we make money as coaches, the resources and training that you'll have access to, and then what we're looking for on our team. I think the wonderful thing about being a Team Beachbody coach is that we all do it kind of different, and we all have different goals and different styles, and I think we are a very unique team of who we are, and we just want to share what we are looking for on our team, and then how you can get started, and all of the fun things that are coming up that you can jump into. So, again, thank you so much, and now I always forget how to go to the next slide. This needs to move up. There. Okay, so who am I? So if I am not the person who invited you to watch this call, my name is Samantha Rosenthal. I am a mom of 3 babies. I have, well, he's 4 now, so I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old, and an almost 1-year-old. And I have been a Beachbody coach for 4 years. I don't really say the first 2.5 years. I was very serious in the business. I essentially joined an accountability group when I first had my oldest son, because I had gained, like, guys, I was so not healthy. So I gained like 50 pounds. And for me, my tiny frame before I had kids, so 50 pounds was a lot for my body. And it wasn't so much the weight, it was how that weight made me feel. Like I felt like it was hard to move, it was hard to breathe, and I just felt really, really unhealthy, probably because I had a blizzard every single night in my pregnancy, and I just felt really gross and unhealthy. And so I have my son, and if you guys are moms, you're going to know this feeling of this, like all of a sudden you have this immense purpose in life to like be your absolute best self. And I was a special ed teacher, and I had always given everything to my job. Happily, I have 2 sisters with autism, and so as a teacher who I kind of specialized in self-contained autism, I was very happy with my job. But I was not very happy with kind of, that was my whole life. And then I have this newborn baby, and I have this huge purpose of like, I have to be my best self so that he can have his best life. And that's just kind of how it started. I got in an accountability group and felt better as a brand new mama. Like, I mean, like he was like 8 weeks old when I was having these health epiphanies. I was on Shakeology, and I went all in on clean eating and 21-day fix, and I felt so incredible. It's not like I lost 20 pounds in a week. It was that I felt so amazing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to share this with the entire world. And so I was already starting to tell my friends. So that wasn't really a hesitation for me of having to share it, because I truly was like, if I, the drive-through fast food queen, can make this lifestyle change, then anybody can make this lifestyle change. And but then I saw my coach post that she was able to be home with her kids because of this opportunity. She had been coaching for years, and she had built her business up. And I was like, I want that. I want more choices in my life. I loved being a special ed teacher, but I didn't love that I barely made enough money to even cover daycare. So it was like, I just felt stuck, you know, like I felt like I was constantly grinding, and it's not even like I felt like in teaching, you're on a ladder. There is no opportunity for raises or pay. And I was like, wait a minute, I just hustled my whole life for struggle for forever because we wanted to have more kids and we could barely afford daycare with where we were at. So I just felt like, oh my gosh, this was something I never knew I wanted, and I want this. And so I became what we call a hobby coach. I participated in challenge groups. I ran my own challenge groups, and I could see that there was a vision here, and I could see that there was opportunity to really grow this into something I wanted, but I didn't really take action. And it wasn't until I found out we were expecting my third baby. And we were living in San Francisco at the time, and my husband was commuting an hour and a half each way every day and working like 12-hour shifts in the city just for his job. That's kind of how long you have to work in hospitality. And I was at a very extreme, I was at a private placement for special ed kind of adolescents transitioning into adulthood, and they were very violent, and I loved my job, but again, I just felt like I was hustling to never get ahead. And I said, you know what, no, I'm about to bring a third baby into this world. I need more choices. I need the choice to do what I need to do. And so I buckled down. In 2018, I was expecting almost the entire year, and we really started to grow our team. So it does not matter where you're at in your journey, or even if you're not technically losing weight. It just shows health is our purpose here. So that's kind of who I am, a little bit of my backstory. But what we do, so I already kind of went over this, but what we're going to talk about on this call is what we do as coaches, concerns you might have, how we make money, resources and training, what we're looking for, and how to get started. So sorry about that. I probably should have been first. So as coaches, we just share our journey. And I really mean you just share your journey. If I am somebody who invited you onto this call, you've probably seen me on Instagram stories, like just talking about my life. I try to be as real as possible. I don't really sugarcoat that, like every single day is just easy and breezy because I did a great workout. I'm real about my wins and my loses, and when I shove a bunch of Oreos in my face, and when I meal prepped and I feel fantastic. We just share our journey, and our purpose as a coach is not that you're already exactly who you want to be, but that you are on a journey, on a path to get where you want to be, and you're determined and you're sticking to that. And then we connect with women. So this is a network marketing opportunity, and that is because we have to network. So you have to network with people and get to know people. And for some people, that's very easy, and other people, that's kind of a struggle. But if you've never been in network marketing before, it's going to be a little awkward at first. But essentially, we just have genuine connections that then sometimes lead to people being in your accountability group and being on your team. And other times you just have awesome best friends on the internet who are just like supporting you in everything you do. So it's really, really fun. And I will say that some of my now people, I cannot imagine some of these girls who are on my team not in my life. I truly cannot imagine that. And we met on Instagram. Then we host accountability groups. So as Team Beachbody coaches, Beachbody is world renowned for its fitness programs. You know, Shaun T is a name that's like known not just to coaches. Like Shaun T is very, he's one of the original, Tony Horton, one of the original trainers. Like these are incredible trainers who basically hand us these fitness programs that are already done for us. And we just say, here you go, we're going to do this together. You and I are going to virtually sweat and get this done. And I'm just going to help you because logically, people know they need to work out. They logically understand that they should eat healthy, but it's commitment to staying to these things is why people yo-yo diet. They go up and down. They have good weeks and bad weeks, and then they're like, on it, then off again. They're going to the gym, then they're not going to the gym. And so what happens, I just saw Brenda jump on. What we do as coaches is that we just help them stay accountable to their journey, because these fitness programs work. Clean eating healthy absolutely works. Not eliminating food groups, and working on your mindset and your relationship with food, it works. But we have to stick to these things to get results. And that's what we do as coaches. So we help people get started on their fitness and maybe nutrition journey, and then we hold them to it. We say, okay, every day we're going to check in with this, this, and this, and we're going to do it, and it's going to be great. Then also we host groups to help people start their businesses, so that they can do what we do. And then hold each other accountable to those goals, have team goals, hustle for things. And it's honestly just a lot of fun. It's, at first, it can feel like a break from other responsibilities in your life, because you go to work all day. For most people, when they start as coaches, either they have a full-time job or maybe they're a full-time stay-at-home mom, where that is a full-time job. And this allows you to have something for you. This is my thing. Like, I remember teaching in Maryland and being like, I get to clock in for 1 hour in between when I would come home from teaching, and then when I would come home to my family, I would clock in for like an hour in my business, and I felt like it was just for me. Like, it was just like, this is my thing. And it just feels really incredible to be the driver's seat in something. This is, in this business, you work harder, you earn more, you make a larger impact. So it's really an empowering thing. But concerns people have are, do I have enough time to work this business? A lot of times people will say, well, I'm not yet at my ideal weight and size. That's probably one of the answers I get a lot. And then I don't know where to start, and I don't want to be salesy. That's a huge one. I don't want to be salesy. I think we can honestly say that there are network marketing companies that train their people to be kind of salesy, right? Like, we've all been added to a million Facebook groups without our permission, and it's kind of annoying. But what we have to offer people is the solution for them to be healthier and happier, period, point blank. There is nothing in our company or in our businesses that lacks integrity. This is all incredible integrity. And so that's why what I say is that we're story sharers. So we just share our stories. And then what happens is that people then will say, wait a minute, her story is like my story. And if she can do this, I can do this. And maybe that just starts with, if this girl who has 3 babies can get up and do a 20-minute workout, then I can too. Then that's powerful in itself. But then also, as we start to grow teams and you start to grow your team, people will say, wait a minute, she's making an income from home and I need extra income. Like, one of our rock stars on our team right now, she told me, she came in an accountability group just as a challenger, and then she decided she wanted to become a coach, one, for the discount, which is also a very powerful thing. We get 25% off, which is awesome. But she said, honestly, we need extra money, and I was going to have to go get a restaurant job, but then have to pay a sitter and weigh that all out. And it's kind of, not really ideal. Those of us who have kids and who have looked into part-time jobs, that very frustrating math equation. What I'm going to make minus the daycare equals what I take home. So she was like, this has been the opportunity I've been looking for and didn't even know I would consider. But she was having amazing results, and she was like, okay, I'm ready to do this. So we all come in for different reasons. But the thing about this business is that you do have enough time, because it does not take massive amount of hours to build a successful business, but it does take focused, intentional time. A lot of us either started this business when we worked full-time or still work full-time, and we plug in during our lunch break for 20 minutes, or in the, before we go to work, before the kids get up, after dinner when the kids are watching a show. It does take time. If you want to build something that actually makes you money and is worth it, you're going to have to put time into it. But all you're doing is trading out time that you probably were scrolling social media, watching Netflix, or many of the other things that we do that occupy our time, that is kind of a time waster. For me, it's like, instead of cleaning up the kids' toys all day long, I just wait till the end of the day and do it one time. But it doesn't take massive amount of times. And when you get started on our team, we have a kind of a daily checklist that has times in there for you so that you can, if you want, if you're someone who thrives in this kind of structure, you could set a timer and do something for an amount of time. And what it does is that it compounds over time into bigger results. So you do have enough time. We're in control of our lives. I hate that Pinterest quote that's like, we all have the same 24 hours in a day, but for real, we all have 24 hours in a day. And if you choose to use them wisely, then you can build a massively successful business and then ultimately give yourself way more time than if you were to have never started this business and then been working a job that you didn't love for forever, if that is your goal. I am not at my ideal weight and size. So the awesome thing about being a Team Beachbody coach is that we show the journey. I think it's incredible when people show these massive transformation losses or, the before and after pictures, but that is inspiring to a point. That doesn't necessarily get me out of bed in the morning because some girl posted an Instagram picture of her before and her after, and now she's like chiseled and has abs. What gets me up in the morning is knowing that I have girls in my accountability group who are busier than me, who maybe have more kids than me, who have to get up earlier, or who are up in the night with the baby or whatever, that they are getting up to do their workout. It's the consistency and the motivation, then that motivates me, and then that is what motivates other people. So as a coach, when I share I get up every morning for my workout, I have people message me who they were inspired to get up and go for a run or, go to the gym or whatnot. So it's the determination that we have as coaches that gets people going. So, and when you are not really at your ideal weight and size and you're hustling for whatever goal you have, then you get to show that awesome transformation. But it's not so much of just like, hey, look, I had this awesome transformation. It's like, you have seen me. You have seen me every single day get up and do my stuff, or 5 days a week or whatever. You've seen my meal prep because I share it on my Instagram stories. You have seen what it takes to get this transformation right here. And then people think, well, if she can do it, I can do it too. Because it's really not complicated. It just is easy to talk yourself out of doing the things, right? It's easy to talk yourself out that you're not going to get up and do your workout, or you're not going to meal plan or meal prep. But we know it's worth it. And then you don't know where to start. Of course you don't know where to start. I didn't know where to start either. And I think we're really proud on our team that we're a very family community feel. And my child is trying to get into the door right now. We help each other. So we have team calls every single week. We have tomorrow night, we'll have a new coach webinar that will explain exactly what you're going to do. And we have a coach university, and we have a national wake up call every single week. So there is training all the time and available for you nonstop, but you just have to utilize it and then execute what you learn. Then the I don't want to be salesy thing. So this is where you kind of just have to get to a place where, one second. You just have to get to a place where you believe in what we're doing. And so as a health and fitness coach, you want to help people. That's kind of like automatic is what we do. We want to help people. And this helps people. Our challenge pack prices are incredibly discounted, so people can get started on this journey and have amazing results and have amazing access to their fitness and no commute. So everybody has 20 minutes to do a workout, right? And you get to be the person that helps hand them these tools at discount prices, and just like, hey girl, we're just going to hustle and we're just going to virtually sweat together and it's going to be amazing. And then you also have to remember that how you feel. And a lot of times when you're in an accountability group, and maybe you're someone who's been in an accountability group and maybe you're someone who hasn't been in one yet, but if you have not made the changes yet, imagine how it would feel to feel healthy and energetic and inspired every day and motivated and more focused at work because you got your workout in, or all of those things. And if you have been in an accountability group, try to remember what it felt like before, when it felt like you didn't really feel confident, or you didn't really feel comfortable in your own skin, and you just felt kind of blah. I know that's how I felt. I felt really just blah. Like I just felt kind of sluggish and gross and kind of uncomfortable in my own skin. And I didn't like that feeling. And then I felt amazing. And so I don't want you to be salesy either. I don't want you to spam people or mass message like anybody and anybody. But if people are watching your journey and they're inspired by what you have going on, it is important to say, hey, do you want to do it together? And that's the kind of mindset we have on our team, is that it's not a, hey, here you go do this, whatever. It's, hey, let's do this together. So I'm going to do this workout program. Do you want to do it together? Or, hey, maybe you're not going to do the same one that I'm going to do, but we're going to still parallel work out, and I'm going to check in with mine and you're going to check in with yours. And so when you just share your journey and your experiences, it's not salesy because it's your life. You're allowed to share your life. And that is the cool thing about being a coach, is that that's what we do, is we just share our journey and our experiences. Okay, so how do you make money as a coach? I have to take a drink. So there's three main ways that you can make income. So the first way, and the initial way that you'll make, especially in the beginning of your business, is commission. So when somebody gets started with a challenge pack or with Beachbody On Demand or whatever, it's either that you get a challenge pack bonus, which is more than 25%, or if someone buys, like, think a la carte, like individual items or a bunch of individual items, then you get 25%. So that's awesome. And so right away, we try to help people get started in our groups. And so a new coach can make their investment into their own journey back right away. Then as you grow a team, you have the opportunity to earn cycle bonuses. So that's kind of the residual income. So if you've seen my income posts, or maybe another coach in the network, if you've ever seen coaches talk about how much they make, and it's kind of a significant amount of money each week because we get paid weekly, a lot of that is probably coming from cycle bonuses. So it's that we've grown a team, and then as a team, we're able to cycle bonus off of each other's sales. Kind of. It's kind of confusing, but it's volume. And so everything has a volume point that's associated with it, and then all that volume kind of travels up, and then you cycle off of that. So as our teams grow, we're all having the opportunity to earn more income. And that's probably where the main chunk of money comes from. If you see people posting more significant, or if you've seen some of my posts about how much I make, it's off of the cycle bonus. It's not like people are selling millions of challenge packs every single week. It gets to a point where you're growing a team, and as a team, then we're cycle bonusing off of each other. And then as you advance rank, which again is kind of a complicated thing, but we earn quarterly bonuses. So the network, Beachbody, the company corporate, puts aside 0.25% of whatever the quarter sales were. And then that gets broken up into different ranks, and then you get access to that. So the higher rank, you get more of that, of the 2.5. You get like maybe 0.5 or 0.75, or the highest rank gets 1% of the company quarter sales. So they're pretty significant bonuses, but that is basically compensation for helping grow a team and train a team. So it's really fun, and it's really exciting, and it's kind of complicated, but there's lots of different ways to earn income, and there's really no limit to how much. If you want to work really hard in this business, you can make more than what your coach makes. It doesn't work like that, where the person on top automatically makes more. There's opportunity to earn more when you have a bigger team, but if some coach of mine wants to sign up and work way harder than me, they will make more money than me, period. And I do like that about this business, is that it is completely about how much you want to put into it and how much work you want to hustle for. Because as I said in the beginning with my story, as a teacher, I felt very discouraged that I worked really, really hard and never got to kind of be rewarded for that. I got paid the same as, the teacher who kind of checked out down the hall. So I am very motivated by, hey, you work harder, you get more. And then Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. A coach's success is determined by their own personal level of work and skill. So that's the income disclaimer. So, and that's something that we as coaches are supposed to share with any time we share our income, because we do not want to be one of those network marketing company that says, hey, come make $500 in a week, or whatever they all say, to get people in. That this is a very much a relationship business, and that if you want to make more, then you have to love on people more, and you have to spread love and positivity and joy, and be honest about your journey, and then connect with women and be like, hey, let's do this together. But the more impact you make on other people's lives, the greater your income will be. It's not the other way around. It's not that you're going to make a bunch of money, then you're going to help people. It's a beautiful process of more impact means more income. Here are some of the coaches on our team. I wanted to show some pretty high earners, kind of early in their journeys, how much they could be making if you want to hustle. So Keisha on the left here, if you guys, I don't have it like on the slide or whatever, so you're gonna have to write it down, but Empower Her podcast, this was only her first like 18 months in the business, and she was making $10,000 in a month. Again, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. The opportunity is totally, she hustled for that. But you hustle, you make more. And she set really big goals, and she really hustled, and she really worked for it. And I literally have her calendar of what she did in her first 6 months. She had no children. And so I do think that kind of played into it a little bit, because those of us who are moms know that they take our time too, but she focused and she worked hard. Paula is one of my great friends from our team, and this is her income. And then Ashley, this is her income. She actually has 4 babies now, so this was a while ago. But I just wanted to share other people's income and to show that, again, there is no limit on how much you can earn if you really want to hustle hard. And I know that I am hustling hard, and people on our team want to really grow this into something that's really huge and really exciting, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's exciting to know that that's a possibility. So when you get signed up with us, we have a team page where that's all of us in there. We also have some group feeds. So think of it like a pod, kind of like a group pod, where people at similar places in the business, I put them together, or your coach will put you with people. And then we kind of do training like that. Then the team page, of course, has training and motivation and team challenges, and we try to make it fun. But we also have team accountability groups. So when you get started as a coach, it's not like, hey, go run your own fit camp now. It's that we do it together. One, because it's just more fun to do it together. And then if you ever wanted to branch off, of course you can, but this is available for you. Then we have a Team Coach University and the sneak peek. This is a sneak peek for the whole team if they want to use it, or they can do it themselves. So it's very much we do, not, hey, here you go, you do. We're a team where we kind of like to do it together because we genuinely really enjoy each other's company. So I'd rather do it with my friends than do it by myself, until, of course, my beautiful rockstar coaches they want to do it their own way, because then they have big goals in the business, and then eventually they branch off. And I know that the coaches who I have now who are getting their momentum going will eventually branch off and do their own thing, because it's kind of the fun part of the business, is that you can do it how you want. And then, Okay, so who are we looking for on our team? We are looking for women who are ready to just make a change, who feel that they are made for more, and who want to hustle for more in their life. And maybe that's more fulfillment, more income, more impact, just more. These are some of the babes on our team, and we have so many more. I should make a whole slide with like everybody, but I don't even know if we'd fit everyone. But we're just here to I don't even know how to put it into words. It's this feeling. We went to Summit this year, which Summit is our annual conference. And it's like for everybody. It's not like you have to be a certain level of coach or whatever. It's for everybody. And so we had 9 of us go, and which is less than 10% of our team, much less than 10% of our team. But it was like this, I cannot describe how this warm and fuzzy feeling, I can't put it into words. It was just this feeling of like, these are my friends. These are people who we work together, and it's different than just a friend who, I mean, I have friends for my whole life, right? Like I have a best friend who I've known since I was 16, and I have friends who I've worked with and who I taught with. But there's something really special about this team and what we want from our lives. And it's different than just getting together with your friends. This is a job. I'm going to call it a job because that's what it is. We have the opportunity to earn money, so it's a job. And when you surround yourself with people who just want to be better, and that's the topic of conversation, right? It's not always like, hey, how to increase your sales or whatever. It's like, hey, how do I become the best version of myself, so that I can run this business with, authenticity and vulnerability and all of that stuff. And that is powerful. That is really powerful. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about personal development books, and we're talking about, good, yummy, healthy recipes. And we're talking about relationships like with our husbands and, our boyfriend, girlfriend, and all of that stuff. And how we can be better. And so we're looking for people who want more in their lives, who are ready to work and who are ready to learn. Because as a coach, again, if you've never done this before, of course you don't know what you're doing, and you're going to fail. Just like I'm still failing every single day, because that's how you learn. So you have to come in and be willing to just do and share that journey along the way, from your workouts to like, oh my gosh, I had to modify the entire thing because hello, I've been a coach for 4 years and I still modify almost the whole workout sometimes, to, oh my gosh, I just rocked that workout and I'm down a couple pounds, or down 10 pounds, 20 pounds. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what your size is, what your full-time job is, if you have 0 followers and 0 social media experience. We want people who just want to dream really big and who are ready to hustle for it. We have a team goal so we want to be an elite team for 2020, which means you hustle for it in 2019. So our team is hustling, and we're pretty much, or everyone besides me is pretty much brand new, and or with at least within the year or less. And so everybody's just trying to figure it out, and everybody's just trying to hustle and to go for it, and to overcome our fears and limiting belief, and just lean into each other and have a really fun freaking time while we're building something that we're so passionate about. But it's really hard to put into words what it feels like to be a coach who is leaning into this process of like, hey, I'm just here to show up and be my best version of myself with these women who are trying to be the best versions of themselves, and we just want to crush it. So how do you get started? So if you have been in an accountability group, you have purchased a challenge pack. So when you've purchased a challenge pack, the sign-up fee to become a coach is $40. But when you have purchased, or if you purchase at the exact same time, it either is waived or it's refunded. So a lot of times we'll have girls who come into the fit camps and then decide that they want to be a coach. They sign up and then they get that $40 refunded. If you've never been a coach, or you've never purchased a challenge pack before, you would need to purchase a challenge pack to sign up. And I only sign up coaches who either have purchased a challenge pack or are who or are going to purchase the challenge pack, because you cannot run a business if you don't know what we have. This business is completely about sharing your own journey and your own story. And if you are not on your own journey with these products, then you can't share that journey. Therefore, you cannot get people in a fit camp. It just doesn't work. So I will not sign up a coach. I've had people say, can I just pay the $40? Well, no, because then you don't have anything. What is that? And a challenge pack is the best deal. So it's like as coaches, we get 25% off. A challenge pack is more than 25% off if you were to put all these things together. So I have like the Morning Meltdown 100 thing here on the left, and then I have Transform 20. That was in the new year, we did Transform 20, which was so awesome. But here are some of those challenge packs. So there's a lot of different challenge packs. But the base one is called the All Access Pass. That comes with a year of On Demand and a year of Shakeology, or the Performance line, and that's $160. There are promo codes going around right now. So if a coach invited you, they might have a promo code for $10 off. So maybe they've talked to you about that. Sometimes the coaches run out of them because we only get a limited number of them, and not everyone even gets them sometimes. So it just depends. But that is kind of what it takes to get started. So ultimately, you get to start a business that has unlimited income potential for cheaper than a year gym membership or whatnot. And, with that gym membership, you're getting a meal that you eat every day. So it's incredible, because Beachbody's mission is very, very clear. It is that we are here to help people live healthier and more fulfilling lives. Well, to be healthier, you need to exercise. You need to fuel your body right, which is why Carl Daikeler, our CEO, was so passionate about it, creating Shakeology, because he always says he eats like a 10-year-old. He's like, I would eat chicken tenders if I could every day. I hate vegetables. He's like, but if I drink my Shakeology, I know I'm fueling my body correctly. So that is kind of how you get started. And then I guess when someone watches this call, a lot of times they're thinking of all the things that kind of, I don't want to say stand in the way, but are concerns. And what I did before I signed up as a coach is I had this conversation with myself, and then I kind of cued my husband in. But I said, what is the worst case scenario? So the worst case scenario versus the best case scenario. So the worst case scenario was that I just get in great shape, because I had already known, and by the way, back then you paid what we pay now for an entire year of every single program. We paid for one DVD program before. So I had already done a program and knew that I was going to continue to get incredible results and be in better shape after my baby than I had been ever before babies. And I was like, okay, well, worst case scenario, I just get in great shape and I get a discount on my products. Okay, best case scenario, I turn this into something that will change our lives. And at the time, bringing an extra $100 to $200 a month would have helped with daycare and allowed us to maybe do a date night or a family date day or something like that, because there was no wiggle room in our budget. None. Zip. Zero. So for us, that was already huge. So then my goal was, what if I am able to build this up enough that I can come home and be with my baby? And I saw the vision, and I saw the dream, and I saw people posting about, other people, like the coaches that I shared, their income progressions. I saw them posting and having these successes. And I thought, what if that could be me? What if I could come home to my baby? And like I said, I didn't really work the first couple of years of the business. And so I did make enough that it was impacting our lives, because we were going on date nights and it was helping with debt in the beginning and all of that kind of stuff. But then I worked really hard, and now I'm home with my 3 children. That blows my mind. And, you'll know this when you're on the team. or you'll know this if you watch my social media, that I do serve sometimes, because I have a number that I have to make because we live in, thank you, Southern California, for being the most expensive place ever. But there's something I have to make. And so between coaching and serving, as long as I make that, so I work like, a couple times a month outside of the home, but ultimately I'm home with my babies, and I have not missed a day with my son since he was born last year. And it blows my mind that that's even my reality. Again, income disclaimer, I worked really hard for that. But I know that anybody who has the determination can come into this business and make it whatever they want it to be. So if you're thinking, what's the best case and what's the worst case? There is no worst case. This business not only has brought me home, but I remember when I started leaning into the business and hosting team calls and doing these things, I started to gain more confidence as myself as a teacher. And I started to run trainings at my school about autism and how the general education teachers could assist the children with autism within their classes. And I believe I was able to do that because I was gaining more confidence in my business. And so this is not a business that just affects one area of your life. It will spread and affect your entire life. And I do not know where I would be if I didn't have coaching. I know I would not be as healthy. I know I would not be as happy. And I know I would be incredibly lonely. We've moved 3 times in 3 years across country. So Arizona to Maryland, Maryland to the San Francisco area, and then the Bay Area down to Southern California. And we don't know anybody. We don't know anyone when we move. And I've never felt lonely because I've had this incredible team standing behind me, that I talk to and that I love, and that we crush these goals together. And when needed, we call each other and vent, because life can be hard sometimes. And it's just this community that I wouldn't trade for anything. So why not you? Why not try this and go all in? And I really mean it. I really mean go all in and see how this can impact your life, how this can impact your family, and what you can make of it. Because I just don't believe that we were meant to come into this world and to work and to struggle. And so many people are struggling, and so many people need this in their lives so that they can be happier and healthier. And it's getting to the point where we're dreaming and we're setting these goals that I'm going to bring my husband home from his job. And I honestly stutter a little bit when I start to say it, because that seems mind-blowing to me. But it's a possibility here. And if we wanted to become a full-time family, we could have that choice if we keep working the way that we're working. And so I know that this business impacted my life when I got a $50 paycheck, and I know that it impacted my life last week when I got an $800 check. And so I'm excited. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about this. Or, if you're listening to this, reach out to your coach. Because we want to build a community and a team of women who are freaking here to crush it, and who are ready to go elite with us, and to just do all of the things we've always wanted to do, but maybe thought that would never happen for us. So thank you so much for spending your Sunday night with me, or watching this recording when you're maybe driving or walking through the grocery store. And I hope to see you announced in our team page soon, so that we can build this together. So I'm going to stop sharing and stop recording.